I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Akita. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Week 12, Sunday morning stream. I believe that Matt will be joining us. Let me see if we can get him in here. That. How you guys doing? If you're in the chat, say good morning. Let me know how you're doing. It was a really good Thanksgiving Day slate for me. Overall, really good day. Hit some bets. Made a good amount of money in DFS. Would have been a really big day. I won probably. I won like, I don't know, 900 profit on the main slate on Thanksgiving. Also did well on the showdown slate. But if Dallas didn't get that pick 6 at the end of that game for just no reason, I think I would have won like $4,000. So that was like a tilting play that meant nothing to the game, but of course somehow it screws me over, which has happened. I don't know, the last like 4 weeks it's happened a couple times. Just one play has just cost me thousands of dollars. So hopefully today's the day that we run hot and avoid any of those mishaps. Bo, good morning. Leroy, good morning. Frank, RJ, John, Scott, Jim, Matt, Sean, what's up, guys? Matt will be joining me momentarily. I don't know whenever he hops in, but yeah, only a 10-game slate today. Kind of fun, to be honest. I actually kind of like the slate. There's a good amount of like value plays that I feel pretty fine with. I really like Justin Watson anyways. Now he's going to be chalky, which is kind of tilting, but there's other guys like priced around him that I think are fine plays as well. Like there's a good amount of value. I like a lot of the running back plays today. I think are good plays. I think the chalky guys are pretty good. And I think that the pivots around them also are good. Matt, good morning. What's up?
Morning, bud. How are you?
Good.
Excited. It's a good slate.
Yeah, I actually was just saying that I actually feel like really good. I actually like this slate a lot.
Yeah. There's just so much optionality this week. I mean, I feel like there's still chalk for sure, right? But like I think what you and I were saying, we don't really agree with a lot of the chalk.
Yeah. I like the chalky running back plays, but outside of that, I'm fine. Actually, I don't know. So what's your thoughts on JT? I think JT I liked more early week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play him in cash, but I don't know if I'll play much of him outside of that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like it's not a good matchup, right? And I know, you can do the defense doesn't matter thing, but like, dude, Tampa Bay has not given up a single rushing touchdown all year to running backs, and they're just not giving up. It's how they design their defense. So I don't know. I know that I always say Indy's a play elevator game, so that game's going to be juicy. And I think, clearly JT's getting all the volume. So yeah, he's kind of like a safe, type of thing for cash, but I don't think this is a ceiling spot for JT per se.
Yeah. So I'm fine being lower on him in tournaments. Most of the other running back, I like all the running back plays though, outside of
Yeah. There's
Like,
so many, dude. It's
you
crazy.
can play anyone today. I'm fine with that. Receiver, I'm definitely playing some like Tank Dell and Christian Kirk and those guys, but I don't think you have to go overboard with them.
Yeah.
I know you really like some of the Colts pass catchers, which I agree with.
I think Downs is awesome, dude. Downs was hurt.
And
he had
he's going to
extra
be
bye
lower
week.
owned than Pittman too, I think.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
nice.
I mean, look at the game logs for Pittman, man. Like he's sitting there, in the teens or whatever. He's not showing, some sort of a massive, ceiling. And the way you attack Tampa Bay is across the middle in the slot. They're giving up the first or second most slot production in the entire league. So I think Downs is just an easy click.
Yeah, you were all over that with Noah Brown a few weeks ago, and then now we get obviously he's not as cheap, but we're getting Josh Downs significantly lower owned than Pittman. So
yeah,
I think that's good. Guys, if you have questions, you can start dropping them. Dewan, good morning. Bo wants to know your thoughts on the Smith hire from Michigan State.
Jonathan Smith. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny. Man, I don't know who that guy is. Yeah, like I think he should be fine. He turned around the Oregon State team big time. I think they averaged 32 points a game. MSU averaged a second lowest amount of points per game this year. We're just a disaster. I'm kind of excited about his assistants that are coming over too. He's got a lot of good assistants that seem to be coming over. So I don't know. Anything's better than what we've had. So we'll see. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I knew it was chalked for them from game one, like with just the quarterback situation they had. Like it was just not.
Yeah,
it was just not going to be good. But RJ, are you playing Rachaad White in DraftKings Cash? Yeah. So I think that'll be a popular question. I'm personally not concerned about that knee injury that popped up yesterday. I think that 4 or 5 weeks ago that we never even would have heard about that. But just with the stuff that's gone on with Bijan and like Joe Burrow and stuff recently, like I think they had to say, say something about it. But I'm not worried about it. He seems good to go. Prefer him to Taylor if you're playing it that way. I don't know about Cash though. Like I don't think he's a must. I have no issues playing him in Cash, but my build that I have for Cash, I can't it comes down to him or Pacheco, and they project the exact same. I don't know. I feel like I slightly like Pacheco more, but I'm playing plenty of Rachaad White. I just don't know if I'm going to play him in Cash.
I think Pacheco is. What's funny is White might be more popular, but like
I think he will be. Even with Pacheco's starting to come on a little bit, but I still think White will be higher. I'm pretty sure I know what the chalky Cash team's going to be.
Yeah,
and it has White and not Pacheco.
Yeah, I think that's you do it 100 times. That's probably the wrong choice at the time, but I don't think it's like some staggering 80-20. I think it's like a 60-40. I really do. I mean, I wouldn't be saying that if Pacheco didn't have the benefit of having no McKinnon, no Tony, no who's the other one that's out this week? Hardman, so all the kind of like I put in Discord, all those
those are all guys that can get red zone touches.
Yeah. So if he gets 2 more catches above expectation or above average with no McKinnon there, dude, McKinnon gets over a third of the red zone snaps, man. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and he also plays a lot of third downs, and not a lot, but like they will bring him in on third down.
Did you hear this? CEH, who by the way is actually fat. So that's interesting, huge. But he hasn't played a single third down snap all season.
Yeah,
so Pacheco's like a workhorse, man.
So if we get a situation where Pacheco's playing all the third downs,
with that team total, like man, I don't know.
Yeah, and look, Pacheco, I was really high on him coming into the season as he's a good receiver out of the backfield, and he has actually shown that. Like the issue was they wouldn't throw him to him. They started doing it in the playoffs last year, and he's had a couple games with, a decent amount of catches.
Part of something to be aware of also is Max Crosby. I mean, I was shocked to read that he has the most run stops in the league, and if you take him out, now he's doubtful, but and no player that was doubtful this year has played.
Yeah, they had this report that he's going to play, but
I know. I don't know, man. That's weird.
If he does, he can't be 100%, bro. If it's actually to the point where they listed him doubtful,
that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know what we can really take from this because I feel like Rap Sheet over exaggerates things, but there was a report that just came out that The Steelers are going to focus on targeting George Pickens and giving more carries to Jalen Warren today.
Dude, Warren's in my main, right? I mean,
yeah, I like Jalen Warren anyway. So,
God, Pickens too. God, he's been in the back of my head all week.
I know. I've kind of thought I had one build where I could have fit him in, and I didn't. He's right there with Downs though. Is the problem? He's $100 less. I think.
I know Downs is a safer play, but there's no Cam Taylor Britt now for the decent sized outside cornerback. Man, for the Bengals that is. Makes you think about Pickens a little bit.
Yeah.
Do we really want to go all in on that game environment? It's like a fucking horrible over-under.
No,
I don't know.
I'm fine. It's not like he's going to be high owned. Like for the stuff we play in, it's probably not going to matter. Like if you were playing like larger field, like I would probably want to get some of him, but I don't know. For the stuff you and I play, I don't think it matters. I'm comfortable just playing some Jalen Warren, and that's that.
I love it. Such a good spot for Jalen Warren, dude. Since he's getting the most explosive runs in the league, and now Jalen Warren's likely to get a bigger role. I mean, dude, it's the running back coach that took over for OC now for Matt Canada too. So it's like, man,
I think so. Coming out of that game against the Browns, like the big thing was the fact that the Browns literally could not stop Jalen Warren, and they stopped giving him the ball in the fourth quarter and lost the game. So I think that definitely will be
true
addressed here. All right, let me look at some of these questions here.
It says DK Cash, AJB versus Diggs. That's obviously really tough. I this week I'm kind of planting my flag on Diggs. So for me it's Diggs. I go either way.
Yeah, I prefer Diggs to AJB. I don't really think I'd play either of those guys in cash. I don't think you need to get up that high. Like just based off like the builds that I've had. Russell Wilson or Herbert season long.
Those guys are. I don't know who they're playing. Even they're not.
Herbert's playing the Ravens on Sunday night, and Russell Wilson's playing the Browns. I would just play Justin Herbert personally. DraftKings Cash, Shakir versus Greg Dortch.
Shakir.
Yeah. So here's how I would do this. I don't think I would play two cheap receivers in cash. Cheap meaning the 3K guys. I don't think I would play two of them in cash, which means you're playing one of them. And if you're playing one of them, I think you're playing Justin Watson. So I prefer Watson to both those guys. Now, if you're trying to do something weird and you want to play Watson and one of those guys, I guess I would lean Dortch over Shakir for like a cash situation because I don't know. Kyler was peppering him last week, man. And even if Hollywood plays, like they're still down Wilson. So
yeah,
I don't know.
They're both fine, Do
you agree you prefer Watson, both those guys?
Between who? Between Watson and who? Just Watson and Dortch?
Yeah, like Watson, Shakir, Dortch.
What's funny is I am playing, I think, probably two of those in my main. I'm playing Shakir because I'm playing Josh Allen. So for me, like I texted you this morning, I'm going between Watson and Dortch. Gosh, it's really tough. They just have opposing pros and cons. Dortch is the safer floor, higher volume likely. Watson, has the better quarterback, better environment, better team total. It's really tough. I had Dortch last night. I woke up this morning, swapped it to Watson. Now I'm not sure. I'm seeing stuff at like Watson, like 20% ownership, dude. I mean, someone said it's
definitely gross.
Someone said his prop for catches is like 1.5 catch. I mean, dude, like.
Yeah, that probably came up though. That's probably what it was, like early week. I can't imagine Dortch. Like Dortch probably doesn't even have a prop listed. If I had to imagine.
No, probably not. But Watson's at 2.5 at even money, dude. 2.5. I mean, so
look. This is the thing though. We've seen Justin Watson play a big role on this team for like 3 weeks in a row, and coming out of the bye, they didn't increase Rice's snaps all that much. But now you get these other guys out. Like, I mean, he's going to be on the field a lot with Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's enough.
I know.
I think for me.
Yeah.
If Hollywood was out, it's Dortch.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even a question.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't mention that. I saw the Schefter report.
But
when
it sounds like he's going to play. So
correct. Yeah, that's a great point.
But I don't know. All right. Josh Allen and cash. I think it's fine. CJ, no issues there. I have a ton of Josh Allen today. I know Matt likes him a lot too. And I had a dream on what was that?
That was early in the week.
It was like
Monday or
Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I had a dream about we need to play the Bills on this slate. So you can do with that what you will. Season-long flex, Sutton, Pickens, Khalil Herbert. I would play George Pickens. And just hope they start throwing him the ball today.
Mm-hmm.
What about 49ers versus the Eagles? What? I don't know what that means. 49ers versus the Eagles.
I don't know.
Clarify what that I don't know what that question means. Clarify that. Need a flex play in season long McBride or Josh Jacobs? Wow, what a time to be alive. We're debating Josh Jacobs versus Trey McBride.
Trey McBride, yeah.
If you would have said that before the season, someone would have thought you were insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God, I actually don't know.
The thing is, the Rams really do kind of funnel targets to the tight end.
I think I prefer McBride.
He's going to get 8 to 12 targets versus, God, man, that offense is tough right now for the Raiders.
Dude, I think if it was my team, I think I would play McBride, not even lying, which is crazy. A.T. Perry or Dortch for a one-off. Yeah, so I think Dortch is significantly safer. I'm the biggest A.T. Perry homer in the world. I think the guy's an absolute I think the guy's an absolute beast. And it was encouraging to see him catch a touchdown last game. I do think he's going to play a good amount with no Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he should.
So, if you want to take a shot on him, I think it's fine. He could definitely, like, A.T. Perry could outscore all those other cheap guys, like, if he caught a touchdown,
I guess, yeah, it's not a great environment, in my opinion, that game, really. I don't know. It's just going to be a slow slog it out type of game. But, I mean, yeah, I think Dortch is safer. A.T. Perry, I suppose, has more ceiling.
Yeah, Dortch definitely safer. Any weather concerns for Philly and Bills game? No. From what I looked at, there's pretty much no wind at all. It might rain. It might rain a little, but not a little. It might rain, but there's no wind, so I'm not worried about it. I guess I can address that, before the game starts if it becomes a concern, but I don't think it's going to be.
Swift or Henry FanDuel tournament? Matt, do you have a lean there?
So you said Swift or Henry tournament?
Yeah.
I would say if it's a lineup that you have some Bills exposure, I really like Swift, as a run back off that, kind of playing off the game environment. I've been coming more and more on to Henry as the morning has gone on. I just think, man, this is one of those kind of classic Henry spots. I think they, want to get him going a little bit for his, typical December run. I probably would lean Henry, but I mean, I know I'm playing more Swift today, so it's funny. But for sure, Henry, if it's FanDuel, and that's closer on DK.
Yeah, I really, really like Henry today. And I think the good thing about it is when we've got these spots in the past, Matt, like where it's like we get to this point of the season and it's a good home matchup for him, he's like 8K. So it's like a real tough
it's crazy
choice to make. Now he's 6,400. It's like much easier for me to like.
So like, look at that, by the way. So it's like one of the best matchups for running backs, and he's coming off of 2 horrific games, and he's going to get owned. Okay, look at Stephon Diggs coming off of 2 horrendous games, right? And he's not going to be owned, even though he's going up against basically the best matchup, for passing game. So it's like, I don't get why Diggs is not owned. I mean, it's the same spot as Henry. It's even better than Henry because at least Henry, has to deal with this Tajay Sharp stuff, whereas obviously Diggs is the alpha there. So I don't know. The field is just wrong. Like they're just wrong about not playing Diggs. I mean, are we really box score watching that heavily, and we're just freaked out about his only 2 bad games of the year? I mean, like, dude, he went up against the top 2 toughest basically passing matchups. Those Denver and Jets each are 31st and 32nd for opposing fantasy points and wide receiver ones. Now he's going up against a top 2 spot in Philly. I don't get it. I mean, he should be hugely owned, but he's not. So
yeah, we were on this today too. When the Eagles played the Cowboys, like people didn't want to play Lamb.
It was a smash.
And yeah, so 100% agree.
Stephon Diggs. I'm glad we both have conviction on that.
Yeah.
Favorite prop, Sean? Let me think about that. I'll answer that towards the end. People want touchdown calls, Matt. I've been hot on my touchdown calls on here, so I'm gonna have a week where I get these wrong. But
What are they asking? Just a general touchdown?
Yeah, just like give me like 2 guys you think score today. I'm trying to think here. I mean, Derrick Henry,
you can actually get Derrick Henry at plus money to score a touchdown. Like he is scoring a touchdown today, so I would be taking that. Normally he's like minus 130 to score a touchdown. He's like plus 110 today.
I'm gonna say Kyren Williams.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Pacheco gets in the box too.
Okay. I love Kyren. I'm gonna be playing some Kyren Williams today. I'm like a fly in my room, and it's bothering me. I feel like that episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the whole episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, this so thing weird. Is. God. Yeah, Kyren I think is a great play. Correlates well with McBride too. If you don't want to like stack that game, and yeah, I mean if he comes out and plays well today, if he played Arizona next week, he would be what I don't know. 40%. He would be like Jonathan Taylor ownership, I feel like, at this price.
No question. But, I mean, everyone was jamming in Kyren earlier in the year. And he's had, I mean, look at the ceiling show, 28 points, 30 points, 25. And now he gets a fully healthy offense with Kupp and Nacua in there to draw attention away from the running game. And you beat Arizona by running. They got third most touchdowns in the league.
LA has a super high run rate in the red zone as well.
Definitely. Yeah, man. And like McVay's quote about like, oh, I'm not sure, we want to be smart about it. But then the next sentence was like, but obviously if he's looking good, we want to play him. They released Darrell Henderson.
Yeah.
So I think
McVay is like a notorious liar.
He's a liar.
Like he just like says shit. Like he doesn't even like
for sure.
Warren and Cash. Don't think I would go there, but
I really, do because I don't care. I'm risky.
You're just playing him?
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Of course. Okay. Remember, Cash for me is 20% of my volume.
Yeah, so Matt plays differently. CJ than like, but I know CJ in chat. He like CJ plays more like me. Like if he's playing a cash team, it's gonna be like heavy volume on the like
sure
double ups. I feel, but Matt definitely plays differently. Which Warren's right. Like I mean, is he really gonna score much differently than any of those other guys around him? Like probably not. Like it's not gonna be a situation where he like only has like 6 points and those other guys go off. I don't think so.
Dude, okay, we gotta do one of my random stands where I just think of something. I gotta put it out there. It's Mike Evans week, dude, and I don't like him. So
Matt hates Mike Evans. So if he's on Mike Evans,
it's so bad. So one thing that blew me away. First of all, the guy just turned 30. What? I would have thought he was way older.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You're right. Also, Juju Brent, the plus size large corner who could do okay against a guy like Mike Evans, is out for the Colts. So all they have now, as far as talent in the secondary, is Kenny Moore, who's going to be, the slot guy that destroyed Adam Thielen a few weeks ago with 2 pick sixes. So, like, you're going to see Kenny Moore all over Godwin. You're going to have Mike Evans running against this Colts secondary, man. Like, I just, man, it's an unbelievable spot for an Evans and, like, Downs mini, I think.
Is he in your main? Or is he just like him?
He's not. And that's the thing, because I want him big. Who, Evans? No, I can't get him in, man. He's in my second biggest lineup, and and whatever. So, but man, I can't fit it. I want to stick to the Allen and Diggs, and if you do that with any decent running backs, you can't fit Evans. But I like Evans and Downs mini. It's just so hot this week.
Yep. Thoughts on Jerome Ford today? I think he's a fine tournament play. I liked him last week. Even better matchup this week. I feel like Denver, you can definitely run on. I don't think. Like when we got to it started off hot for Ford last week. He got an early touchdown. He had like 10 touches in the first quarter. I was like, dude, we're going to smash. But as we got to the second half of that game, it was just a slugfest. It was just 3 and out for both sides. So I like Ford today. I think he's fine. Who do you consider must plays in cash? Yeah, so I saw your question earlier, RJ, about somebody. So for me, running backs personally in cash, I would consider Taylor, Rachaad White, Isaiah Pacheco. Matt would throw Jaylen Warren in there. Like, that's like the running back pool for me. I think I just play 3 of those guys. I guess if you really wanted to, you could put Henry in there. And I guess you could put Kyren in there as well. Like, that's like, I would play probably 2 or 3 of those guys and just not worry about it. Do you think there's any must plays, Matt? I mean, I think McBride is probably like.
You know what? I was just going to say, because I'm not so on Kincaid this week. We saw what Byard was able to do against.
Byard put Travis Kelce in a coffin, dude.
Yeah, he's just a really good safety, man. He's really good, and not that that Kincaid can't still make it happen. He'll have a nickel corner on him at times for sure. It's not all going to be safety coverage, but I just, man, McBride is just kind of like, I don't want to overthink it. Just like I don't want to overthink Chiefs, defense this week. Like I feel a little weird having them, I think, on 10 of 11 teams. But like for price and what the spot is, I don't know. I'm just playing McBride.
Yeah, Sloaner asked, is it a 2 tight end we can cash McBride and Kincaid? I do think I think the chalk train is going to have both of them.
Is that right?
Yeah, I do. I think I'll show you what I think it is after this, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the chalky train will have 2 tight ends. I'm not playing Kincaid in cash personally. So
yeah,
that's just my choice.
A couple sites, and I think you might be right, man. That's
which is good for us.
Yeah,
because I think you get into a situation where anyone I'm playing over Kincaid, I definitely think can outscore him.
Wait, is Kincaid 5,300, by the way? Oh my god!
And he's 5,300, yes.
Dude, and how much is Jaylen Warren? I mean, Jaylen Warren has infinitely higher ceiling.
Jaylen Warren can outscore Kincaid. I think Josh Downs can outscore Kincaid.
Yeah, I think they both will. But
yeah. Anyone in that range, I think, is just a better.
They want to get out. They just want to get in that game environment, but I think they're kind of doing it the wrong way. They're just grabbing a cheap piece and not realizing
that's like the worst play of the entire game.
Agree. Yeah. Hey, are you on Swift with me or no?
Yeah. I think Swift's a good play. Definitely playing him on FanDuel. I have him on maybe one DraftKings team. I think he's a good play for sure.
I think he could go absolutely nuclear in the spot.
Yeah, I definitely think receiving wise, he gets a boost too with Goddard out. They threw him the ball quite a bit last week.
He started off on fire last week. He had an early first quarter touchdown from like 7 or 8 yards out. But at the end of the day, that's a very tough matchup. KC's a top 5 matchup. He look at the teams you've had to face on the ground: Tampa Bay, Jets, Miami, Washington, Dallas, KC. Like he's had a hard schedule, man.
Yeah, I like Swift. Better give him a betting card. Yeah, Sean, I'm gonna post some bets after this. Njoku receptions or yards? I might do catches, to be quite honest with you, because I mean he saw 15 targets last week, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson is not. It's not even that he can't throw the ball deep. I don't think Kevin Stefanski, I don't think he wants him to throw deep because he just doesn't want him to get a turnover. So I think he's going to see a lot of targets again. So I would probably go catches on Njoku. And he also had a couple drops last week that I think he obviously can correct this week.
Do you have much Devontae Smith? I saw the commenter saying Smitty versus Buffalo backup corner.
Yeah, I like Devontae Smith. I don't think I have much of him, man, which I hate, but I do think he's a good play. He's just in that weird price range.
Yeah, it's tough.
A couple weeks ago, I think he was like mid 6s. Like I would have probably more of him than he's at 71 this week.
Yeah.
So it was just tough for me to fit him in, really. I think I prefer like those running backs to him, Kyren.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree for price. Yeah, 71 versus. I mean, even I probably would prefer Swift over him. But like you say versus the backup. I mean, like look. He doesn't have more than 39% in any position, so he goes left, right, and slot. I mean, they all move around in that offense. So I think it's kind of a squeaky wheel thing for AJ Brown again. I mean, oh my God, he had like one down game, but a big game like this, man. I don't know. I think it's AJB.
Yeah. DraftKings cash Pittman and Warren or Downs and White. I mean, I like the second one.
That's tough. Yeah, for your style cash, I'd say second.
Yeah, like
for me, I'd say F it and go first. But I like Downs better than Pittman anyway. So I don't know. I wouldn't find myself in that debacle there.
Hurts, Watson, Chiefs defense, or Mayfield, Christian Kirk, and Patriots defense. Yeah, I would take the first one, I think. Yeah, I don't want to play Baker in cash, man.
No,
just pass.
Are you on Christian Kirk at all this week?
Yeah, I have him in cash.
Do you? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have him in cash, and I made one of my, actually maybe 2 of my tournament teams. I have him. I do have some of him. I'm not stacking that game, but it was just like, like mini stuff.
I don't think I have one share of him in my Stroud lineup.
I have a Kyler team with Tank and Kirk in it.
Okay.
I think. Any Questlove? Nah, I would prefer like Shakir, Watson, A.T. Perry, all those guys. Like I would rather play them than Quez Watkins, I think.
Tristan Oliver. I prefer Warren in the flex for a non-PPR league.
Yeah, I mean, Warren is way more predictable volume. Safer touchdown bet too. You're relying on Kenny Pickett like throwing a good ball.
Yeah.
To Pickens for a touchdown. Warren can just run one in, and they've been using him in the red zone a little bit more the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you guys have any last-minute questions, drop them in. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes.
What do we not cover as far as main positional stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Tank Dell's going to be chalk, by the way. He might be the chalk wide receiver. What are you doing? Are you just kind of playing him in cash type of thing, or are you making an effort to get out of Tank?
I have him in cash and first of all, let me see how many teams I have. I have cash in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tournament teams. Mm-hmm. So I have him in cash in 2 of my other tournament teams.
Okay, I think I have him in 4 out of 11. So I definitely have him in there. He's not my main, not my second biggest, but I got.
He's just so good, man. I mean, it's just like.
No, he is.
I mean, we were playing this guy at 4K, and now he's 7K.
We were paying him at 3.2K.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even care. Like he's so good. Obviously, you can beat. I mean, you can beat Jacksonville outside. I feel like definitely, and.
Mm-hmm. It's a pass funnel too.
Yeah, like I told you, like, that was like week 2 or 3. I sent you that video of like him and Stroud. Like they just have a connection. Yeah. They had it in camp. Mm-hmm. Like Stroud wanted them to draft him. And sometimes that doesn't work out, but it clearly works out here because they just have a really good connection.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you don't have much Kirk. Do you have any any Trevor Lawrence, like any Jag stuff at all?
No Trevor Lawrence. I think it's
I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a good play. He's going to be chalky
all year. That's so weird, dude. He's shown no ceiling all year.
People love to play him, dude. I've said this from the start of the season. I was like, I really just don't want to play Trevor Lawrence. But people play him every single week. It's crazy.
They do. And last week was, I think, the first time he's shown any sort of a ceiling. And he got it through 2 rushing touchdowns, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. And Houston's sneaky decent D. They're not bad.
No, yeah, they're good. And I mean, I'm assuming that, Ridley's going to see a lot of Stingley, which isn't great.
Right. Yeah. Is Zay Jones in this week?
Yeah, Zay is back, but Houston's defense is good, you know?
No, they are. I don't mind him as a punt defense. I think I got him in one of my.
Yeah. I think that game, if I had to pick one game that goes under like what people think it would be, like that would probably be my guess. Now Stroud could just start goading and speed the game up, but
yeah, they probably will. I'm gonna stress this Watson versus Dortch stuff until 4 p.m.
until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, also, so if you guys are in here, there's another good tournament for the afternoon slate, and it's all the good games again.
That is all the good games.
I might have to hop in there because it's actually 4 games instead of 3. And we get Buffalo, Philly, Vegas, Chiefs, Rams, Cardinals.
Oh man,
100K
to first, yeah.
Yeah, 100K to first, all the good games. Might have to make a team.
Are you playing any Cup or Puka?
Yeah, I made one like way larger field than I normally play for fun, and I put like Cooper Kupp in it just because like no one's playing him.
Yeah, he's certainly not fully healthy, so it's kind of like we'll see.
Did he have an injury designation though? I think they took him off.
I think they took it off. Yeah, I got some. I got a lineup with Puka in it. I don't have any Kupp. I mean, Kupp's my guy, but yeah, it's just kind of who knows. I do like Kyron the most from that side of the ball though, for sure.
Yeah. Is OBJ going to continue to get targets to Andrews out over 2.5 receptions or 25 plus yards? Well, for OBJ, I'd probably take yards because he can get that on one pass rather than relying on him to catch 3. But when Andrews went out last week, I don't know if that was an in-game thing, if it'll be sticky to this game, but he got peppered. He was the first read on a lot of Lamar's looks. So
it's a huge squeaky wheel thing. I mean, that guy was ready to leave the football team, man.
Yeah, like, he was ready to just retire. Like he was not. No.
I'd probably it was a 25.
I would take yards for him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He could get 25 yards on one catch.
Yeah.
And then you don't need him.
He's done that he's done that in his 3 back-to-back games.
Yeah.
And so
he took a long one to the house.
Yeah, 51 yards last week, 40 yards a week before. I mean, yeah.
I was actually like vintage OBJ, just like a little quick slant. He just ran by everybody.
Yeah, slant to the house. Exactly.
Which is crazy that he can still do that given the amount of injuries that he's injured. But who's mid-tier quarterback if we're not playing Lawrence? Oh man,
people are playing Minshew, man. Like,
I like Minshew. Minshew's like cheap too, 5,100.
Yeah,
like that's a big difference.
He's got cheap stacking partners too. You know, it kind of gets you off the chalk JT stuff too, which again I don't love the spot for JT. So
yeah, I like Minshew. If I'm going cheaper, Stevenson or White non-PPR, I would play White for sure.
I should mention I have a fair amount of Kyler this week.
Kyler's a good play too.
Quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, you just get to grab Dortch and McBride for like free, and then you can play Kyler, which I like. And then what I'm doing is I'm just building minis around that. I'm doing some Buffalo and Philly stuff. I'm doing the Evans Downs mini with one of those Kyler teams, and Kyler is one of the few quarterbacks on the slate that has upside in his legs too. So I think that game could be pretty awesome. I hope it does. The Rams and Cardinals game, we'll see.
Yeah. So wait, so on my Kyler team, I had a Tank and Kirk mini. So maybe I should play Evans and Downs instead. I don't know.
What's the price is probably similar.
I bet it is. I wonder if I could fit it. Let me see if I could just fit it.
I bet you can.
I bet I can.
Sure can. Yeah, just 48 versus 57. And then you can fit that.
Where's Evans?
That's like you probably got a few $100 after left over.
Yeah, I had 400 left over.
Man, God, Evans and Downs just seem so clean.
So I had Rachaad White on that team. If I did Evans Downs instead of Tank Kirk, I could move up Rachaad White to like a lower owned running back too.
Or just grab like a Chalk Pacheco.
Well, yeah, I could play Pacheco, or like I could just hate my life and play Bijan Robinson.
Just play the good plays too. That's your inner voice, like you want to get more interesting with that. I can tell you.
Probably right, I guess. All right, so Pacheco, Downs, Evans versus Rachaad White, Tank Dell, Christian Kirk. That's what I'm going to debate after we get off this.
Well, plus you already have Tank and Cash, right? So this is one of your ancillary lineups. I mean,
I do. Yep.
I don't know.
In PPR, need a running back and a flex. Cook, Warren, Godwin. Definitely Warren. So I guess you're debating James Cook and Godwin. I guess Godwin. I just Philly is like the one spot I just don't want to play running back in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's tough.
Prodigy, that looks good to me. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you have any further questions, I'll be in the Discord. You can join for free. You can join. Go download the BetKarma app on your phone, and there's a link right there. Just click it, and it puts you in the Discord. So sync your account. I'll be in there if you have any questions. Good luck in week 12, and see you guys next week.